So if you're thinking of starting an online business, but for whatever reason, you haven't quite pulled that trigger yet, then this video is gonna be absolutely perfect for you. So with the rates of inflation rising massively out of control, house prices seemingly becoming more and more unaffordable year on year, house bills becoming absolutely extortionate in price, can you actually imagine how much of a difference even having just a few hundred extra dollars a month in your pocket, into your bank account, would make to your entire standard of living? And now, it was literally 3 years ago that I was sat in the exact same seat now, pondering over starting an online business, having pretty much no experience at all online, not having a clue what I was doing, having a huge fear of failure that I could potentially put a load of time and effort into something and it just completely go all wrong and I'd never get that time and effort back. And I very nearly just completely put myself off even taking that first step and even trying. Because, on top of that, I also had no college degree and I definitely wasn't the best kid at school. So my backup plans, they weren't exactly endless. But if you can use this as any sort of motivation, I just want to say that I sit here now, 3 years on from taking that first step, and I've now made multi six-figure revenues on Etsy and also some revenues that I'm pretty happy with on some of my other dropshipping Shopify stores. And I can categorically say that taking that first step to literally just make a start turned out to be a life-changing decision, and it has quite literally, as cliche as it sounds, changed my whole entire life. And I'll say this now, I had no idea what I was doing at the start, and potentially you don't either. But an amazing quote I heard the other day, and it stands so true, is that the path will only start illuminating after you start walking it. So it really does just come down to actually taking that first step in the big deep world of online business. And so I'm going to talk to you now about how we take that first step, and of course what I think the best first step to take is. And of course you already know what I'm gonna say if you watch any of my other videos. Taking that first step in online business, I think there's no better way to do it than to start with an Etsy shop. And the reason I say this is because I have literally spent years trying loads of different business models on loads of different platforms, trying to make money online, and I can categorically say the easiest, for many reasons I'm gonna go into now on this video, by far is Etsy. So look, why do I think Etsy is the best business model to start an online business on as a complete beginner? Well, there's some main key reasons here that, in my opinion, puts it well above other platforms. And this is firstly because you don't need a website. You can literally start and open an Etsy shop and you can create it right from scratch in well under an hour, very easily. And the key thing here, this is the big selling point for me, is that it's a platform that already has motivated buyers on it. So you don't need to do any marketing yourself. You got to think, if you start a website and even if it looks incredible, it's a perfect website, it looks beautiful, you got great products, you launch on Google on day one, how the hell are people ever going to find that website without you putting massive amounts of effort into marketing? So either using influencers to get people to your website, using paid advertising to get people to your website. It's all these things that take massive budget, time, and effort. If you were to create a website on an external platform like Shopify, for example, I know because I've done it myself. Whereas on Etsy, like I said, you can literally start a store and you have got quite literally millions of shoppers on Etsy searching, looking for the exact products that you're going to be selling, and you don't need to do anything to bring them to your store, because as long as you just put the time and effort into learning a little bit about Etsy and how to actually get your products seen and how to get people converting on your products, then you simply will be making sales and you simply will have a successful online business on the platform if you do things correctly. And the reason I say this so confidently is because I have worked with plenty of different people now taking their very first steps in online business with little to no online experience at all in previous businesses, and they are making sales. And so it is so possible to do, again, no matter what age you are as well. So I've worked with people from the ages of 17 right up to 52. And no matter what age you are, and no matter what your level of expertise online, Etsy is very user-friendly and you literally can start a store and be making sales very early on in your online business journey. And so that covers a lot of the time and effort aspect to why I think Etsy is so great to start a new business on. But then, of course, when it comes to money, of course, we don't want to be starting an online business where we have to fork out loads of money up front and we're just going to take a massive hit to our pocket just to get something started. So again, this is another reason why I just think Etsy is so far above so many other platforms. You can start on Etsy for a minimal amount of money. And best of all, it is so easy to start a business in certain business models that require little to no upfront investment cost. So I'm talking about digital products, print on demand, and dropshipping business models, okay? So you got to think all three of these business models that there is thousands of tutorials on how to start online on YouTube. You can start all of these for pretty much next to nothing. And these are so great and easy to do on Etsy because, well, I think digital products, you're not holding any stock. You're literally, all you have to do is just create some products digitally online, market them on Etsy, and you've got audience there that you can already start selling to. Print on demand, again, very similar. All you have to do is just make a few designs, upload them to a print on demand supplier, market those products well on Etsy as Etsy listings on your store. And then of course, you're not holding any stock and the only outgoings from you, from your pocket, is only after a customer already buys the product on Etsy. So it's only then when some of your print on demand products that the customer's bought is actually paid for and then created and shipped to the customer. And of course, this is the exact same for any dropshipping model as well. You don't even need to design the product when it comes to dropshipping because you're literally just going to be marketing somebody else's physical product. And again, just like print on demand and digital items, you're not holding any stock at all. And I also think Etsy has a massive edge over some competitor platforms such as like Amazon and eBay, for example, is because of the actual customer base that is shopping on Etsy. And what I mean by this is that in general, okay, I'm not saying everybody, I'm just saying in general, most of the shoppers on Etsy, they're quite conscious buyers. And from my experience personally, they seem to be very friendly. And to get a bad review on Etsy, you have to do something pretty bad, all right? Or you need to be selling something pretty terrible. Whereas, you know, you look at Amazon or eBay and customers have a certain level of expectation and they're a lot less happy to say, wait a few extra days for a product. And just in general, they'd probably be a lot more inclined to leave a bad review versus a customer shopping on Etsy where it's, yeah, to be honest, from my experience, it's pretty hard to get a bad review on Etsy. And now I've literally done videos on my channel showcasing behind the scenes of my first Etsy store, which is just coming up to 6,000 sales now, and also literally a brand new print on demand mug store, which I made purely to just showcase you guys how possible it actually is to start a business from scratch in an incredibly saturated niche on Etsy and still make pretty decent revenue figures after just the first few months. And you know, some people think that making money online and getting products that sometimes just take off and get loads and loads of sales can be a form of luck. And some people think that it's just lucky. Whereas something I always say is, yeah, okay, maybe there is an element of luck that a certain product takes off on a certain day, but if you show up every single day, then you will not miss that lucky day. And that is the difference between people that don't show up and put the effort in and the people that get lucky and they do end up becoming pretty successful. But you know, that's just my opinion and you might have a completely different opinion. But yeah, you know guys, I just wanted to make this video because I woke up the other day and I was feeling pretty groggy in the morning, and I woke up and I looked at my phone straight away and I saw multiple orders coming in from both of my stores, and this was literally during my sleep, right? So I woke up to it and I just thought to myself, like, in a world 2024 with everything that's going on in the world, if I can literally earn money in my sleep, knowing my massive lack of book smarts, and again, just a normal kid from Bristol in England with no college degree, I was just thinking to myself, like, if that's something that's possible, again, starting with no experience, I just started feeling so good about it. And I just thought that we live in such a good time now that things like this is actually possible. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video to just share with you guys that if you're thinking start an online business, just take the step. You never know what could happen and you might just change your life. And if you really are serious about starting an online business and you actually want to work with someone who's been there and done it, like I always say, my books are always open for you, always open for new clients. Feel free to just book a quick, free introductory call with me and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together. I'll be more than happy to help you through your whole online business journey. But yeah, just want to say thanks so much for watching, guys. Appreciate you all so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.